Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 4.15. This is Project Zone. So far we have discussed all the concepts and we worked out several demos on all the concepts. By studying all those concepts and working out all the programs, then you can acquire concept oriented knowledge. That is the essential prerequisite for mastering subject. Essential prerequisite. It acts like a blueprint. First, conceptually, you should have 100% command. Okay. Thereafter, you acquire skills. In college oriented studies, that knowledge may be enough. But if you want to become a professional, skills are very much required. Skills means you should not limit to concept wise knowledge. You have to take up projects and work out programs on that. Then you are enlightened in many ways. You will have an opportunity to study various business domains and all that. Here, your common sense and aptitude play a vital role. So, if you perform this type of projects, then you can enrich your programming skills. If you want to become a real professional, ability is also required. Actually, the meaning of employability is knowledge, skills, and abilities. So, by performing this type of projects and all that, you can get programming skills. How you can get abilities? Abilities are different. Your skills are blended with your aptitude and common sense, abilities are developed. That is a personal quality. Common sense and aptitude are personal qualities and all that. For example, there are many doctors, equally qualified many doctors in your town, but only few doctors are renowned as experts. Why? They have abilities. Every doctor, because they have completed same course, every doctor is having same skills, but abilities are different. That's why if you want to become a real professional, you should develop abilities. When you can develop ability, first thing is you must have common sense and you must have aptitude. By practicing on soft skills and all that, then definitely you can enrich them. Now, first in this phase, first you focus on skills. Thereafter, you can focus on abilities if you want. Now, here I am introducing a project. It is a simple project. Actually, project we perform in two ways. One is classroom oriented and all that. Just we write a program. Here, this is college oriented. It is not a college oriented study. This is a career oriented study. That's why how to develop this project in a formal manner we focus. Now, if we have to develop a project in a formal manner, we have to focus in 5 aspects. There are 5 phases: task, analysis, algorithm, coding, and testing. 5 phases are there. So, I would like to explain the project development through these 5 phases. And one more thing you might know, I am providing you a project zone. In a project zone, 3 levels are there: entry level, advanced level, and real time level. 3 levels are there. If you want to become a real professional and all that, there we will have more focus on all the formal approach. Here also I am explaining formally, but if you want to crystallize your knowledge, then you can focus on the projects in the project zone. Now, I told you there are 5 phases: task, analysis, algorithm, coding, and testing. First one is task. Task means to understand the problem and solution thoroughly, to understand the problem domain thoroughly, and thereafter to understand the solution domain thoroughly. This is like understanding question before answering it. Without understanding question thoroughly, you never try to answer it. That you know that. Here, first you have to thoroughly understand every bit of the problem thoroughly. Thereafter, solution domain. What client is exactly expecting from the project, that you have to understand. This is source, this is the destination. That is the that what we simply call task, or in a detailed manner understanding problem domain and understanding solution domain. Okay. Thereafter, second one is analysis. Analysis means thinking process. Actually, bridging the gap between problem domain and solution domain. Actually, if you have any personal problem also, you want to come out of that, then you apply your brain how to come out of that, then you get a piece of idea. That is the outcome of analysis. So in this case, this is a simple problem. Simple problem, you are well aware of it. So this is simple marks report. However, let us try to understand here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 uh, data items are there. Out of that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 data items we have to feed to the computer. These are the input data items. Thereafter, our program will calculate these item total marks, average marks, either passed or failed. Thereafter, what is the grade? That is calculated by our program. That is the basic understanding. Here, very crucial issue is there. Many students ignore that. Actually, the same question I have given to not less than 1,000 students. Everybody ignored one fact. What is that fact, you know? Actually, simply based on the average marks percentage, they award grade depending on this thing. That is, grading 70% or more is distinction, 60 to 69 first class, 50 to 59 second class, 40 to 49 third class, below 40 failed. Everybody is focusing on that. One point they are ignoring. What is that point, you know? If student fails, suppose this student got 70%, then simply are giving distinction. Just one case I show you. This is he got 32, in this he 99. Now what is the status? See, all these figures are same. Can you give a distinction to him? How you can give? He failed in S3, he failed, he got 32%. So that is the thing, that is matter of common sense. So in programming, common sense play plays a vital role. That always, this is common sense. What is common sense means? This is common sense. This is the best example for common sense. If we fail in one or more subjects, if we get 99% also, we should not give a grade to him. That point always you must remember. This is the best example. In every program, you find this type of problems. Actually, 100% students fail to focus on this issue. What should I call? Just you imagine. Okay. Now, here that one type of analysis. Here, basic thing is what type of program we want to write. We want to write object-oriented Java program. Object-oriented Java program. Actually, most students, according to me, 99% or 100% students simply write Java code, a program using Java language. They feel that is a WOO program. That is not WOO program. If you identify an object and you make the object is the building block, then only you can develop an object-oriented program. Otherwise, it is Java program. Java, I can call it a Java C program or a Java FA program, but it will never be Java WOO program. Now, if it is not Java WOO program, there is no use of Java. Instead of that, you can write the program in C also. Understand that point? Always you remember. Now I am explaining you how to develop Java web programs. In this analysis, mainly we have to focus on that point. Now, the issue is identification of object. Object is the building block of a Java program, Java web program. That's why we have to identify an object. Now, what you are writing? Marks report. Marks report for whom? Just simple questions you put, then you can get you can identify object. For whom? Student. Student is the origin. So, student object we have to create, because say the same marks report we may prepare for 60 students in a class or 100 students in a class. So, student is the base, student is the object. So, the corresponding class, student is the object. So, student is the real thing, real thing. So, the corresponding blueprint we have to develop, that is a class. Class student we have to develop, and in that whatever instance variables are required, all variables you have to place, and in order to calculate them, whatever methods are required, all the methods we have to place into that. Once blueprint is ready, like constructing your house, what is the first thing you perform? You go to an architect and get the blueprint ready. Okay, after that, blueprint is a concept. Then, based on the blueprint, you start constructing a house. House is the real thing, object is the real thing, and class is the blueprint for the corresponding object. Here, student object we require, that's why corresponding class first we require. In this, what we define all the variables what are required and all that, and all the methods which acts upon the variables to generate result. So, this is the outcome of our analysis. This thing, this is all mental thing, mental process. So, we got a clear idea with this and all that. Thereafter, thereafter we have to develop algorithm. Now, we have to focus on the third phase of the project development, that is algorithm. Now, we have got the clarity about solving the problem, but this is abstract. In order to implement that, we have to define, well define the steps involved in the implementation of the program. So, first what we identified, student is the object. So, corresponding class we have to define using the name student. This is the blueprint class. In the blueprint class, all instance variables, whatever the instance variables required and all that, depending on the domain, we define here. After that, we have to define several methods which act upon the data. This is very crucial step. Actually, one basic principle is there for defining functions or methods. For every function, you have to entrust one single identifiable job, only one job. You cannot entrust more than one job to a method. That is the basic principle. Based on that, I am listing out what methods are required. First thing is setting data. For set data purpose, one method is required, because all the instance variables should be initialized. Without initialization, we cannot make any calculations. So, one is set data. Second one is, first we have to find out total marks, that is calculate total marks, because total marks also we are printing as a part of the report. So, we have to first calculate total marks, and for that one method we have to define. Thereafter, calculating average marks. Average marks means average marks percentage. We have to define define. Then actually here one issue is there. Simply based on average marks we cannot give grade. First we have to test whether he passed in all papers or not. Suppose a student by average marks he may get 75%. Simply depending on the average marks you cannot award distinction to him. So you have to test his status. Testing status. Status means in this context either pass or fail. You have to calculate. Okay, after calculating pass or fail, that means depending on the status we can give a grade. Okay, thereafter fifth, calculating grade. Always for passed candidates only, depending on these norms we award the grade. For that a separate method is required. Now everything is with us, everything is being calculated. Now it should be wrapped. Now printing report, printing marks report. This is the strategy. Before writing the code you must have 100% mental clarity. What steps I have to perform. So this is the blueprint class. Blueprint class is ready. Once a blueprint class is ready, then you have to define implementation class. Implementation class you can name it as students report or marks report. Like this, in this you create several objects. Suppose student S1, S2, like that. One blueprint is developed and all that. For n number of students you can prepare the marks report like this. One blueprint is prepared for your house. That model of house, n number of houses can be constructed. So blueprint is the core. What is the real glamour, real power of OOP is the reusability. One time if you prepare a blueprint, then n number of same type of objects with change or without change also you can do. If you want to make some changes in that, then one more concept is there, advanced concept, inheritance. In forthcoming chapters we will learn necessary changes, whatever changes are required, that we can make and then implement it. So reusability is the great characteristics in the OOP. Because of that only OOP system, OOP paradigm has become very popular. So with the algorithm, mentally you are completing your problem. Coding is pending, but mentally your program is finished because you have 100% clarity about your program, what are the contents of the program, how you implement that, everything you can have 100% clarity.